Susan! Susan!
What? Why are you whispering?
Check this out. With Paycom, employees do their own payroll.
What's Paycom? A magic payroll genie? Like, ooh, what's your wish?
It's an app that
Solo.
And hello, welcome to solo playthroughs for the last live stream of 2022. How is that possible? But here we are. The chat's a little lively already. We got Alfred Wallace, the stars align, a day off, plus Gaia Project solo on the table, plus Gaia Project solo on the TV. Also Mosaic solo, which won't make the channel unless Greg gets a drone to cover the table. Yes, I have played Mosaic. I really liked it. I would need to play it again. I think we had some scoring stuff. I was gonna finish like a very close second, I think, either way, but the first and third flipped because we did something wrong with triggering endgame. But yeah, what a very cool game. Very, very simple, unnecessarily large. I mean, I don't. There's so many production decisions in the Kickstarter version, at least, that I'm just like, why? Just why? It's really, really unnecessary. But people are into that sort of thing. We have Sajid says, some new advertiser, big money rolling in. Not really, but And Andy Farrow, hi Greg, Merry Christmas. My Christmas wish for you is a good map and a range booster. Yes, yes, sir. I will take both of those. Thank you very much. So look, let me talk about Folded Space real quick. This is not a sponsored video by any means, but they did send me some products, and I did want to tell you a little bit of my story with Folded Space. So I am like anti-insert. I have definitely never purchased an insert. Like they're very expensive for what they are. At least, if you look at a Broken Token, the wooden ones, and I just always made do with like plastic containers. So when I was at PAX Unplugged, hanging out with Adam Smith, he knew the woman behind the counter of Folded Space. He goes, "Oh, let's go talk to her." And while they were talking, she said, "Do you want anything?" I was like, "Well, all they had like in person." I was like, "I'll take Jaws of the Lion." And I came home and I put this thing together, and yeah, like I just love it. I'm like, this is really nice. And Folded Space uses foam core, so it's a lot cheaper. So I reached out to Liz and I was like, dude, I love it. Whatever. She goes, any others that you could use on your channel? Long story short, she ended up sending me the Folded Space insert for Gaia Project, the folded space, two folded space inserts for Spirit Island, so I could fit both Spirit Island and Jagged Earth. And then I purchased a folded space insert for Madara because I just honestly, I'm not getting that on the channel anytime soon, but I really wanted something to really help with that. So it's just really cool, like just the way these inserts come together and they work. Are they the most amazing ever? Like you might want to, do some things and kind of change some things on your own to kind of make it fit the way you want. So there is a little bit of flexibility with that, especially with the Spirit Island one, but just very, very cool product for the money. So if you're into inserts, this might be your kind of thing. So I just wanted to show the Jaws of the Lion one. I'm not getting Jaws of the Lion on the channel anytime soon. And honestly, this is the first one I put together, so I didn't I just used Elmer's. Elmer's is great, but I did not use much. I probably should have used a little more glue on the Jaws of the Lion one, but the Gaia Project one, I learned my lesson. So we'll do a little bit of a, again, taking the things out as we go, just to kind of see how the inserts kind of fits together in the box. I did take some liberties. Again, they had all of the different factions on the top. I think that makes more sense just to get the various pieces you're going to use every game, and then there's a row of 5 factions on the bottom. So we are going to have our round booster tiles, or our round scoring tiles. I'll put them over here. We have our advanced text. Those go over here. We have our Q.I.C. tray. Go over here. I did put out all the orange ones for the Bal'Taks, except for the satellites and the Gaia formers. And then we have, again, all the other different factions. So I will go ahead and randomize who I'm playing against today. All of the other faction mats fit there. And then you have the different trays for the 2 cards. you know, you get the Atoma cards plus the various different Atoma cards, you know, your player order card if you're playing with that variant, and then obviously the player raids, and then the planetary cheat sheet over here. What was I going to say? There was something I was going to say, and why does no one know it? So let me randomize the factions so we can go ahead and get those pieces out as we go. Alfred Wallace says, I really like my folded face insert for Gaia Project. Silver Fear says, good morning, Greg. Happy New Year. And Silver Fear, what's up, Brian? Says the Gaia Project insert is a beast, and I love it. Yeah, everyone like let me sleep on folded space for too long, and I blame all of you. Honestly, I'm so cheap. Like, I really am. It's like, I don't know. I'll do my own thing. I actually really liked my Gaia Project storage, you know, before Folded Space. Folded Space has definitely brought it to another level. Someone actually asked, they wanted me to do, like, show how I stored my Gaia Project. Basically, what I would do is I would get, like, those large containers, and, like, if you go back to my old videos, I used to have, like, affiliate links and all this stuff. I stopped doing that a while back, but you could just use one for each color, and I would actually put the markers in there as well, and it just worked fine. And I have a couple plastic bags for the cards, and then I would just have like containers for the various components. And if you go to my videos, you'd see them. I had like the Stonemeyer containers; they were pretty good. You know, for Scythe, you had those containers that came in the box. I bought a few packages of those. So you know, this wasn't a game that I found really onerous to bring to the table, but Folded Space really does, you know, make it that much easier. So I am appreciative of that. So sorry to whoever I said I was going to show you how I stored it, because, you know, I ended up getting a Christmas present from Folded Space. So, it is what it is. But I will show you the Spirit Island Folded Space insert next week. And yeah, I'll probably never show you Madara, because I just don't talk about a friggin' thing I need a drone to get on the table again. Madara was a lot, but I really love that game. I'm very much hopeful that I will find a gaming group to play through it with. But that just got a lot more complicated because, you know, Frosthaven arrived. So I'm going to roll a d6. I have 6 Atomas that I could choose from. Obviously, you cannot go against the Geodens because that would be orange against orange, and orange against orange crime is not allowed. So I rolled a 1. We're up against Hashalas. Ooh. That's going to be interesting. I do think Hashalas is the hardest Atoma because they just have a way. They have a way, people. So Hashalas, they're going to start at +1 on the economic track. They are, every time they do an upgrade, I'm sorry, their faction action is an upgrade. If they cannot upgrade, they're going to colonize within range 3. It does mean that they stay a little bit condensed and tight, which can be problematic, and they get a point every time they do a faction action. And then ongoing ability, after upgrading to a trading station, the Otoma gains an additional 3 victory points. So again, that will really, really add up over the course of the game. So I'm going to put these suckers over here, and nope, I lied. I'm going to put these here, and then we have our Atoma cards over here. Yoink. All right, let me get the round boosters. Phoenix Knight says, how do the folded space inserts handle sleeved cards? I don't have Gaia Project sleeve, but I have other inserts for games I do. Yeah, I think they're fine. I mean, Spirit Island, everything fit, you know, pretty easily. Madara, I don't have sleeved, but it does seem like they leave space. But it does seem like you like they had something with Madara where if you sleeve your cards, there was like a spacer you'd have to take out, and then there'd be room for more cards to fit. But ultimately, like I think it does not seem like an issue. You know, again, I have my Atoma cards sleeved, and they fit very easily into here, so there is like a bit of room. Spirit Island was a little snugger, but still they fit fine. It wasn't really an issue at all. So Saja says I still prefer baggies 100%. Brian, the Silver Fear says Saja, get out of here, gross. Saja says you need some very special and well done game trace stuff to beat my baggy systems. Yeah, game trace has some nice stuff for sure, and I like that. Like it seems like more publishers like are hiring game trays in the process of making their game. Yeah, I think this game trays do. Did it? It, it might have been game trays that did Uprising, and those inserts are actually they're not amazing. Like there's some weird things they did there, but they're very, very, very good. So I do love them. Sajid, also, I'm currently playing Aetherians versus Atlanteans. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let me know. Let me know your final score, Sajid. I'm dying to know. Inspire me, dude. I have not given up on that game yet. And that game, for those who don't know, is Imperium Legends. So versus Phoenix, sleeve cards are generally fine with full disc space inserts. Thank you, Brian, for answering that. All right. So I am in need of a board game helper, and that's a menu from the wonderful dinner I went to last night for a friend's 40th birthday. All my friends are turning 40 because we're all old. Anyway, one player with a Toma. Come on, dude. Board game helpers is not being all that helpful right now. Random. I am not a robot. I have to decide what's a motorcycle. All you suckers are motorcycles. Nope, I failed. Buses, traffic lights. Can I do this? Can I do it? Excellent. I am not a robot. I was worried. Generate. We're gonna go here. All right. So in the by the way, so all the the Federation tokens have their own little compartment, which is super cute. And then we're gonna put this over here. So we're gonna have I did already go ahead and take out 2 of the Federation tokens of each. Again, you only have 2 of each in a solo game. We're gonna put this Federation token up here at the top of the terraforming track, and we already have the Lost Planet in place. So I'm gonna get the advanced tech tiles. I should probably like order these the way I normally do, but I did not. So what do we need? We need the 2 points per sector that you have colonized at the time that you claim this. Where are you? So again, that's going to be a max of 14 points in a solo game. I know that advanced math really took me a second. We have once a round action of 3 ore. We have every time you pass, 1 point per planet type you have colonized. That's in the AI track. 1 ore per sector that you have colonized a planet in at the time you take that one. We have 2 points every time at the time you take this for each mine you have on the board. So that would be a max of 16. And then we have 3 points at the time you take this. I'm sorry, 4 points for the time you take this for all of your trading stations. So again, that'd be a max of 16 points as well. We're going to put these away. Now, each of the regular research tech tiles also have their little home. So again, I took out 1 out of each. You only need 1 out of each for a solo game. I will probably start storing these a little bit differently. So I just have my solo components all in one spot instead of like, oh, 1 of you and 1 of you and 1 of you. That gets a little silly. But again, first time actually playing out of this insert. And yeah, it's really nice. So we have this here, these here. So everyone, these are all, for those who don't know, these are all the regular tech tiles. When you take a tech tile, you move up in the corresponding research area. Take one of the tech tiles from the bottom row, you move up on a research area of your choice. Same if you take the advanced tech tiles. You can only take the advanced tech tiles if you're at 4 or 5. And they are first come, first serve, etc., etc., etc. All right, I do need the red components. So you will have to note that like the ones that on the top, the trays that go on the top have a little like insert, like a little cutout, and that's so you can put this board in there. So you want to make sure you don't put those on the bottom, so the blue will stay on top even though there's an open space there. And we'll take the red components, put them off to the side. We have the Federation tokens in case you didn't need to build a mine, just to distinguish colors. We have our Gaia planets. We have our end game bonuses. So satellites is number 1. That's always interesting. And then the number of structures you have on the board. So we'll need a 3rd dummy player. The 3rd dummy player, I will use yellow. So I'll put 1 of each there. So this is 8. The dummy player is going to be an 8 for satellites, and the dummy player is going to be an 11 for number of structures. That will go there. Now I need my round boosters. I can take this, put this off to the side. We have our little spot for our planetary systems. And then we need our power for the power cycles. The Bal'Taks start with 2 and 2, which is, I played with the Bal'Taks recently against my wife's cousin Dave. Now he just has a ridiculous winning streak against me in this game, and it's getting in my head a little bit. But part of the problem is I keep like choosing factions that I'm not like, very good at, because he's not a very experienced Gaia player, but he's a very experienced Terra Mystica player. So he had, it's not like a total noob. Like he knows what he's doing, and he's a very good gamer, and he's very good at kicking my ass apparently in this game. Hold on. And we're back. Sad that they currently have 6 attack guards, not looking great. Talking about the Atlanteans, yeah, they're nasty, dude. There's a balancing problem with that faction. I just can't fathom how anyone could beat them on a consistent basis. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know what I tried to say originally, but that wasn't exactly English. So I'm going to take these tokens out. Mostly, again, it's my system for determining what planet I'm supposed to colonize when I'm carrying out an Atoma action. And then underneath this tray, we have the rest of the components for these little markers. I'm going to take out the markers for Hashalas, and we're going to put them over here on the research tracks or research areas. So one goes on the 0 spot of each track, except Hashalas does have a head start in the economic track, which can be fairly gross. We're going to take their last marker, put it on the number 10 spot. And again, I have that tray empty. That's supposed to be for all of the ores and the knowledge and stuff like that. I just put them with the player components. To me, it just makes so much more sense. There is one per faction, so there's no reason to keep those separate as far as I'm concerned. The round boosters, again, there will be 5. We have got 1 point per Gaia planet at the time you pass, plus 4 credit and income. We have 4 points for each Planetary Institute and or Academy you have on the board at the time you pass, plus cycle 4. We have 1 ore in income, plus 1 knowledge in income. We have 3 points for each research area you have on the board at the time you pass, plus 1 knowledge and income. And then we have extend your range by 3, which could be really nice for the Bal'Taks, and then cycle 2. Put the rest of these here. Underneath this tray, again, this is a whole tray just for the tech tiles. It's really, really nice. This is probably just like, as it comes in the box, the Gaia one is probably my favorite of the inserts. The Spirit Island one's also nice. It got a little funky for me because I was adding my friend's Horizons Spirit Island stuff because I'm borrowing his stuff because, you know, Great in the Games is yet to send me what they told me they were going to send me, which is fine. It's their right. So I'm borrowing my friends. And so I kind of move things around so I can get all that in there without any box lift. And it works. So it is doable. All right, let's go ahead and get our planetary system on the board. So we have number 6. U6. These are not in numerical order, so that's going to make things fun. Nope, that's not 6. My eyesight is going. All right, this is going to be a 5. It's like 6. It's just 5. That's going to go there. And we're going to have it slanted like that. We're going to have number 1. It's like an IQ test in real time. Can I do it, people? Can I get these oriented correctly without much hassle? All right, that goes there. We have number 7. This is here. The middle is going to be number 6. I told you there was a 6. That goes there. The number 4 is over here. This gray planet is going to be next to the transiting planet. And number 3 is here. And finally, last but not least, we have number 2. On the first try, just like that. Oh, professional, kids. Professional. Don't try this at home. Or do. It's fun. All right, that goes there. We are done. Thank you, Board Game Helper, for all that you do for me. You are amazing. I will go ahead and read about the Bal'Taks. What do they do? What makes them cool? The Bal'Taks, you cannot advance in the navigation and research area, even if you take the tech tile below the navigation and research area. So I am stuck here. I'll put my thing on its side to indicate that I cannot move up there. Now, as a free action, I can move, so to counteract that I can't do navigation like you normally would want to, as a free action, I could take this, move it over to my Gaia area, and get a Q.I.C. How wonderful! Now, Q.I.C.s, again, when you spend them, you could extend range, so you have an economy of Q.I.C.s to overcome the fact that you don't have the navigation. The thing that I find really interesting of the Bal'Taks is that you can totally undo that by just building your Planetary Institute. Now, most of the time when someone builds their Planetary Institute, they get a really cool ability. The Bal'Taks, their Planetary Institute, it's like, well, you know, you get the normal cycling, which can be really important, but you don't really get a cool ability. You just lose your detriment. I don't think the Bal'Taks are really that strong because of that. And like, I don't understand why their power cycle starts so jacked up and small with only 2 and 2. It just seems like a weird situation. I tried to do a terraforming strategy against my wife's cousin, and that just proved to be a really silly thing for me to do. I really should have just leaned into the Gaia forming track, and I think that's what I'm going to try today, and I think you'll see how that works out. It was funny. We played 2 games in a row. The Lantids, I tried a Gaia forming strategy when I should have done terraforming, and with the Baltaks, I tried a terraforming strategy when I should have gone with Gaia forming. And yeah, I just play bad, and Dave's in my head, so But unless I will save you from talking more about the complex that I've developed. So yeah, so Planetary Institute. When you build the Planetary Institute, you now have the ability to advance in the navigation research area. Oh, how fun! The games we play. I'm gonna dump out all of lots of stuff. Now notice I do have the Ivets little things. I'm just going to put them back in there. Again, there is like a whole compartment for there if you want to have those separated. That seems silly to me. We don't need these. We don't need the Gaia formers. That's going to go there. So we'll have the rest of these structures, arrange them a little bit so they're a little easier to find as we go. So trading stations, research labs, the mines, the pile of mines. They can go there, and then we have all of the satellites. I'm going to put 1 satellite here, indicate the home planet for red, 0 and 0, although really it's going to be 2 and 0, and I'm going to put 1 satellite here. Oh, I forgot to do the round boosters. All right, this would be helpful. What is the scoring for the various rounds? We get 3 points in the first round if we colonize a Gaia planet. That's going to go there. I do not start with the Q.I.C. Oh, the Bal'Taks have a lot of weird disadvantages. I don't understand. Why do you make it so hard on the Bal'Taks? What did they do to you to deserve such horrendous treatment? Anyway, 5 points for every Federation tile you have in round 2. So 5 points if you build the Federation in round 2. 5 points for building a Planetary Institute or an Academy in round 3. 2 points for every terraforming step you do in round 4. 2 points for every research track you go up in round 5. I promise I will forget to do that at least once. And then 2 points for every mine you build in round 6. Super interesting. So not a lot of strong, like, go-to point combos for me, but we'll see if we can't piece something together that makes some sense. So we have the Atoma cards. We're going to have to determine the starting placement for the mines for the Atoma. So from the center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 2 of those 3. We'll do directional selection. Flipping this over, bam, directional selection coming from the bottom. So we're going to have a starting mine here. We have to do it again. And bam, directional selection starting from the bottom. It's going to go here. And then I'm going to shuffle this again. So we're going to figure out the starting round booster for Hashalos. Bam. Look at the bottom right. We're going to take this card. They are starting with that one, which is fine, because who wants that one anyway? Not moi. I'll move this over here. All right. Ding and ding. Now, since we're playing on the hard mode, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to take out number 9 and all the cards that have the little green square. Number 9, little green squares. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So including number 9, we have 7 cards. I'm now going to shuffle the rest of these cards, and we're going to take off 1 for each round. So we're taking off 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 4 left. They can go back in the box, or they can go back in the little folded space tray off to the right. And then we're going to shuffle these together. Nope, we're not doing that. I lied. We're going to... I'm a spaz. I'm losing it. All right, that's fine. So then we're going to take these, and we're just going to put them underneath the Hashalas card, just so they're out of the way. We will add 1 per round. Now we will shuffle these. We're going to add 1 to it for round 1. Bam. So we have 8 cards total going into round 1. We're going to put 3 sideways, put the rest on top like so, and that is our atonement deck. Let me get out some reminder tokens. I put one there for possible ends of the round, and then I always use one to show when we need to remind myself to score, because sometimes I forget to do that scoring thing. Let me try to move myself down at here so we can see the rest of the boards in full glory. I think that will work. All right. Riveting TV. Look at me adjust everything to get this perfectly situated for you. Nope. I'll get this back up there. All right, that's fine. You just won't see the blue planet. I know everyone's very upset. The blue planet's my favorite. Let me see it. All right. And can I get a little more space here? As up here as I can. That way you get more of my ugly mug on your screen. Dunskies, I need to put my 2 starting mines on the board. Where am I going to go? Silver Fear says this game really needs some backstory. Oh my gosh, does it ever? Like that, it's so weird. Like just a paragraph, man. Let me know who these dudes are. Like the art's like interesting and cool and campy and fun. I don't know. I don't understand why there's like just nothing. Like, and I understand they're saving. I mean, even if they put it in the book, right? Because then you could just read it there. But yeah, absolutely no flavor text. I feel like they could easily fit it somewhere on this board. I don't know. Like you have a little spot, just put a little blurb right there. It'd be great. Let me know who these suckers are. Sad make it 8 attack cards. Not lucky with the draw, if I'm honest. Also, I lost 5 games straight with Krang, trying for Mind's Liberation, and 1 I was 2 damage short on the last Mind. Yeah, that seems about right. Troy, I think Bal'Taks is one of the worst factions to play with this setup. Yeah, it's not a good setup. Oh man, I'm like, yeah, this isn't looking good, kids. I'm a little worried, but you know, that's when I go into falsetto. It's my worried voice. Woof. We got problems. We got 99 problems. I orange, orange. Yeah, I can get to that yellow, which I can then get to that orange. I think I go here and try to get all 4 oranges ASAP. This guy is going to give me a place where I can start growing my my life. That's 4 credit. Yeah, they're a very strange faction, man. I'm nervous. I'm not feeling bullish about this one, kids. But you know, we'll figure it out. I think. So, one of the things that we have to consider is this, since we're not looking to build our Planetary Institute anytime soon, at least I'm not going into this game. We do really need that tech tile, but that's putting us up on the research track, or on the knowledge track. I like both of these here. That is interesting. This is probably the best tech tile to go there because it's not a strategy I deploy very often. So it's not like, you know, sometimes when you're the Bal'Taks, like, oh, I really want that tech tile, but you know, I can't move up in the navigation track, so you're just wasting it. This is an interesting late game play. I don't love the fact that this is a 12-point Federation tile there. I do really like what I do terraforming. I like getting a tech tile or a research or a Federation token. I'll get the right terminology eventually that I can then use to go up on another track. You know, I could lean heavy into a knowledge game. It is one possibility. The white's really bad. The white's really bad. Well, if I take this, if I take that orange and then I take the range extender, It gets me to the yellow if I spend a Q.I.C. That puts me in striking distance of, or I take this, and that gets me to the yellow. What about that yellow? What about that yellow? Because that would get me in their neighborhood. And again, the more I have in their neighborhood, probably the better. All right, let me do that. Hopefully this spot stays open for me. Because remember, they're not expanding much. They just do a lot of that other thing. They do a lot of upgrading, and that's a problem for me when I am going to need to get into the neighborhood, and I have navigational difficulties. So it's a really hard matchup. So I'm going to start. Uh, do, do, do. Troy Pepper says, "What is the top final scoring tile?" Satellite says, "Brian, never mind. I am behind, and you just moved yourself." Stats are terrible for Bal'Taks. The 4 power charge is not good for Bal'Taks. Really? I mean, it seems pretty good. No, I don't know. If I'm getting terraforming steps at all, right? Like it seems something I would want to do because I'm not gonna. Oof. Plus I'm adding this 3. I could take stuff out. I wonder if I could do an early Federation next turn. That's going to be ambitious, though. I mean, going up knowledge, I think, could make some sense. I mean, especially if I only have 4, it would be easier to cycle, get that over, and then just on picking up resources. I might try it. I mean, I guess I hear what Troy saying, but I really don't. But I'm not that smart, so. All right, let's do income. So I'm taking the range extender. I think I try to get to that yellow one way or the other, just to get in the neighborhood of the Hashalas. I'm going to be able to cycle 2 from the round booster. I'm getting 1 knowledge from there. I'm getting 3, or I go from 4 to 7. Remember, I start with 15 credit. On my very first turn, I'm going to build a trading station. I'm going to build a trading station over here. I'm going to spend 2 ore and 3 credit. I am in the neighborhood of that red mine. That makes that happen, and when I do that, nothing cool happens. So that's totally fine. Get the Q.I.C. Yeah, I think these are my first 3 tactiles. Yeah, I think I'll blitz in these 3. Try to get that income up. This could be my 4th too. Yeah, I'm still not sure what the first one I'm going to take is, but we will figure it out. The Atoma is going to go. So, bam, that's their support cards. So they lost out on 1 faction action, so that's not terrible. They're moving up on a random track. They're moving up in the economic track, which is 2 from the right. So they're probably going to get to there before I'll ever have a chance. So getting to the top of the economic track is not something that's looking very likely today. They get 0 points from that card, so they are done. My second turn, if they upgrade that twice, then I'll have the credit there. The question is, if I blitz knowledge, I have 2 things here that give me knowledge. That can give me a lot of jumps. And I'm going to need every single one. I think I want to blitz knowledge, kids. I'm gonna blitz knowledge. All right, so we're going to spend 3 Man, my puberty's a bitch. I spent 3 ore and 5 credit. I definitely need to get a drink here. Hold on one sec. Troy says I would get to level 4 Gaia that focus on AI and Terra. Back in a bit. Good luck. I would have taken the 101 booster and tried to open up Akkad up Gaia. Open Akkad up Gaia. Academy up Gaia. You have to move up Gaia first. I mean, I can move up at second. I hear what you're saying. I, 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 I just don't see that coming together the way I want it. To be honest with you, but you know, I'm kind of gonna be a little stubborn with that. I don't necessarily like this. This is my like. I think the more I can get up research, I can get those jumps back later. I mean, I do think that maybe one of my problems with the Bal'Taks is they do seem like they're really trying to force you to get up that track, and I'm just kind of a little stubborn, and I really do think I can get some utility out of being able to cycle such a small amount of power, and I don't necessarily want to add 3 more power into my cycle right off the bat. So I spent the 3 and the 5. I'm going to build a research lab here. And in building that research lab that does give me access to a tactile, I am going to take this one. And that's going to move me up to here. The Atoma's turn. This is out. This comes over. They're going to do an upgrade, which is fine. They're upgrading in the place closest to me. They're turning that mine into a research station or trading station. I could spend 1 point to cycle 2. And then 1 point for the Atoma. I am going to take 1 power out of my cycle 1 over, move these 3 over. I'm going to take the 1 trading station. Now this, the 1 terraforming step. I'm also going to move this over to my Gaia area to get a Q.I.C. I'm going to spend the Q.I.C. to expend the. Oh, I can't do both together. Damn it. That was dumb. That was a miscalculation. That makes more sense for me. That makes more sense. I can't do the terraforming step and the +3 to range. So that might have been part of what Troy was saying, is that I was being silly. But what I can do, what I had 2 and 2, I need another Q.I.C. Yeah, that's why I need to go up the Gaia forming. I was thinking I could do that terraforming step and combine that with that, but I can't, which is really dumb. Really dumb. All right. So I'm back at the Troy's land a little bit because I realized this isn't going to do what I wanted it to do. And they're going to upgrade again. I'll get that over. I can do something. I can get 4 credit, 4 knowledge, or that. Problem is I can't. I'm not going to be able to do that because if I go up on the Gaia farming track, I'm going to have 3 more Q.I.C. I could take any tactile I want. Oh, the excitement. Born cycle 1. Is there anything I can do? I still think I want to go up knowledge. If I can get 2 Q.I.C.s, I can extend up to that yellow, which is really where I want to get. Or if I get 2 Q.I.C.s, I can get to that Gaia planet, and then that gives me 3 points from that. So if I take the ore, if I take this booster, or I could take this, but that's a one-time thing. This I put over here. I'm taking that Q.I.C. for sure. cool. It's got a notification. If I take this, and I'm still tempted to move up that knowledge track like really hard. Really hard. Why do I want to go up the knowledge track so badly? Now, let me take this, and I'm going to hope they do one more upgrade, like sooner rather than later. So I'm here. That's where I want to be. They went. I'm not going to cycle it out because I can't combine those two things because that would be silly. What I'm going to do is spend the 4 knowledge and move up one more there. And just kind of, again, if I can get up there quick, it's going to make it easier for me to get up there. And then we can kind of figure out, again, AI track, terraforming track also make a lot of sense. Atoma's turn, that goes over. They're doing a power Q.I.C. action. They're going to go 2 coming from the left. That covers that. They get a point, so they did not upgrade again, which is super annoying. I just want you suckers to upgrade. I could do that. My math is right. This is only 4 from there. So that's actually not terrible. So I could take this, cover this. That's +3 to my navigation. My navigation, again, is 1. So that's 4 navigation. I could spend the Q.I.C. that I got from this, an ore, and 2 credit. And that's going to allow me to place a mine here. So I placed a mine on a Gaia planet. That's 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And because of the round booster there, let me actually put some of the Atoma stuff here. So remember to do their end round scoring. Again, you could do all the end round scoring all at once if you wanted to, but I choose to do it as we go. I just find it a little bit more, thematically appropriate. But okay, so that worked. I kept counting that as 5. It was 5 to the yellow planet, but only 4 to the Gaia planet. So that's actually a good place to be because now I'll be able to keep cycling off of the Atoma doing their upgrades. The Atoma's turn. They're doing a faction action, so now they're doing the upgrade that they always wanted to do. They're going to do an upgrade. Their first priority, as soon as they can, is to get their Planetary Institute on the board. I'm going to be able to spend a point to cycle 2, so all 4 of my power are in bin 3. The Atoma is then going to get a point because they did that faction action. Oh, by the way, and when they upgraded to a trading station earlier, I forgot to give them the 3 points from that. So 1, 2, and 3. So they have 6 points already. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's absolutely correct. So yeah, I just forgot about their ongoing ability. All right, my turn. I'm going to spend this 4 to get tempted to get credit. I will need ore, but I don't think I'm going to have. If I get ore, I could actually build another trading station this turn, which isn't crazy. I think this is my next tech tile for sure. Spend the credit there. I'll have a round boost from that. I'm going to get 4 knowledge. Yeah, I can get up there easily next turn. I'll also be able to do that whenever I want to get the extra 3 cycling. I'm going to put this here to take 2 ore. Again, I move this 4 out. And that is good. The Atoma's turn, possible end of round. It is not the end of the round. They are placing a mine. So they're going to place a mine, range 2. They are, again, the more mines they place, the more trading stations to build. The more trading stations to build, the more times they get 3 points, which is super gross. So we're going to take our little things here. We're looking range 2. Their first priority would be for 1 terraforming steps. That's going to be Gaia planet. So they would have taken this had I not taken it before they got there. They're looking for oranges. Obviously, all oranges close to them. I'm already on. They're looking for blue. There are no blue, green, or orange range 2. So now we're looking at yellows or whites. That is a white range 2. I would love them to build there. That is a yellow range 2. Transitant planets also would be 2 terraforming steps for them for the purposes of their adding mines, and I think that is all of their options. That's 3 terraforming steps for them. That's 3 terraforming steps for them. That is 3 terraforming steps for them. Since they're all equal terraforming steps, they're going to go the one that's closest to me. They're going to take this one. I can spend a point to cycle 2. Don't mind if I do. And the Atoma gets 1 point, so they are up to 17. My turn. I'm going to do this in cycle 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Atoma's turn, possible end of round. It is the end of the round. They're going to take this round booster here. This is going to go back here. We're going to go over here. They're going to score 2 points. 1, 2. So I did score that. And that's that. We're going to add 1 card to their deck. So they're up to 9 cards. This goes here, and we'll shuffle these 9 up. If you don't go Gaia, you waste the Bal'Taks ability. I mean, I'm delaying the Bal'Taks ability. I mean, I see the argument, dude. I'm just not that rigid in it. Like, I just think there's some extra power. Like, look, yeah, if I got up there first round, great. It gives me another Q.I.C., but it's not. It's 1 Q.I.C., right? This is giving me 2 more knowledge. So I think I'd rather the knowledge, just the way I want to play this game. Bal'Taks typically want to take a 4Q action in round 1. Oh, you want to do this in round 1? Yeah, but I wanted to settle on a Gaia planet. I mean, I see it. I guess. I mean, I see it. That's a lot, though. I mean, you're getting 1 tactile out of that. I mean, I see that as like a later play because at some point there's only so many tactiles you can take. I'd be curious, man. I mean, again, this is not like I like exploring games. I don't really like research like best practices. Like I just kind of mess around with different strategies. I that does seem like that's a lot of Q.I.C. to get 1 tactile. But again, that gives you a jump. If I can get my knowledge economy like up, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have all the jumps I want anyway. And I think that's kind of more what I wanted to lean into. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I'm really not that worried about it. Either way. All right, this is done. I'm putting 3 sideways. This goes here. And this goes here. Alrighty then. So they pass, so they're going to go first next turn. Put that over there as a reminder of that. I could go again. I do think giving up 1 ore income. I'm not building a federation. I think giving up 1 ore income for more credit income makes some sense. A 4. Cycle. Yeah, I'm going to spend the 2 ore and the 3 credit. So I went from 5 down to 2. I started with 15. I spent 3, 6, 7, 8, 13. Yeah, it makes sense. So I'm going to put this on the board here. And now as this starts to upgrade, it will be, good. I can keep getting, power cycle jumps off of that. And then we're going to get our nothing. We just put that on the board. We don't get anything. But I want things. All right, we're going to go to the end of round for me. So I'm going to get a booster. The booster I want to get is the 1 ore and the 1 knowledge. This will go here. In income, 1, 2, 3 ore. So I go from 1 to 4. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knowledge. We go from 0 to 5. And we're going to get 1, 2, 3 credit. 2, 3 credit there. That is that. Gaia phase, this comes back over here. I can build a research lab, move that sucker up. This can flip over because we're done with this. And I like it. Atoma's first. This goes here. This goes here. Atoma's doing a faction action. So they're going to do an upgrade. They're going to do an upgrade from a mine to a trading station and going closest to me. So this is the upgrade they're choosing. I'm going to spend a point to cycle 2. 1 point. Cycling 2. So those are going to be easy to spend early this round, which is great. The Atoma's going to get a point and then 3 more points for doing that. And that is the end of their turn. My turn. I'm going to cycle. Oh, these can come off. I'm going to cycle these 4, and that's going to give me knowledge or credit. Or credit. What do I want? I would like them both. And I actually have a chance of kind of backdooring into both just with how this is setting up right now. So I'm going to take the 2. Now I can always get ore from Q.I.C.s. I'm going to take the 7 credit. That gives me 5 to 12. And that's my turn. The Atoma's turn. They are cycling us over. They're building a mine. They're building a mine range 2. Range 2 mines, again, same things. They're looking for Gaia, orange, or blue. There are none within range 2. So looking at yellow range 2, transdim range 2, or white range 2. So I think this yellow is the winner. This transdim is also range 2. So either one of those, directional selection says from the bottom. They're going to put a mine here. I can spend a point to cycle 2 because I have a trading station there. And the Atoma gets 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So that's one of their newer cards. My turn. I will do this to cycle 4. Atoma. So again, just for clarity, it would have been 2 up and then 2 over. Again, you have to move from 1 to 2 first. Don't want to get at the bad habits. Atoma's moving up on a random research area. They're moving up on the knowledge track. 0 points. My turn. I will spend 3 ore and 5 credit. Gets me from 12 down to 7. And we're going to put a research lab on the board. Now I want to go up on this track. So I will take this income tile, moves up here, puts 3 more power in my cycle. Goes into bin 1. Still could be a good place. Hopefully they do another upgrade. No, move up on their highest track. They move up on the economic track. 1 point for the Atoma. My turn. I'm going to spend 4 knowledge. Move up on here. That lets me cycle 3. All these suckers would go into there, and I get another Gaia former from my supply. Atoma's turn. They're doing a faction action. So they're doing an upgrade. Mine to a trading station is still their first upgrade priority. They're going from the top down. Again, closest to me, they're both 2 away. They're going to grab this. That goes there. They're going to get 4 points out of that. So 27 up to 31. And that is that. Again, because it's 1 point plus the 3 points every time they upgrade to a trading station. So again, Hashalas is a force. My turn. I'm going to cycle 2 of these suckers out of my cycle because it's too much on my cycle for now. I'm going to want them for satellites later, but I just don't want them now. Cycle these 2 over. That's a free action. I'm going to cycle these 4 over, and I'm going to get 2 ore. I gotta get a mine somewhere. I'm tempted to take that Gaia planet. I could also just wait. Well, I could spend a Q.I.C. That might be better. Let me not do that. So I had, go back to how we went. We had 5 in here. I'm only going to take 1 out, cycle 1 over. I want to get more planets on the board. I'm worried I'm getting, this gets me close to that, which gives me places to grow for sure. So problem is I have no good place to build cheap planetary institutes. Unless I take this Gaia planet, which I got here gives me better access to that, but that's not great. I might be doing an academy next turn anyway. If I do a terraforming step here, it gives me red, it gives me the orange to the red. It could be a pretty easy way to get a bunch of mines out. This should have been there. This is down. I do want to get this. I need to get the production from this mine. So I took 1 out, I cycled 1. I'm going to cycle these 3, put this here to take a terraforming step, and then I'm going to turn this one into a Q.I.C, and I'm spending this Q.I.C to extend my range. So I extend my range, I spend 1 ore and 2 credit, and I get the terraforming step from that. That is not a combining of actions, which is what I ran into last turn. That gives me, my natural range is 1, the Q.I.C gets me a range to a 3, and I had the 1 terraforming step that's going to let me get a mine there, which I think is the right play. I'm just trying to see how my different structures could come together to get me federations in subsequent rounds. Atoma's turn. Possible end of the round. It is the end of the round. So they're going to take support card. They're taking this one. This goes back. Of course, they took the navigation thing. So that's not great. They're going to add a card to their deck. We're going to get 0 points from here. This gets flipped over. And that's that. Madi, what's up? Marhaba, sir. Good evening. Why is the map like that? Is a custom setup or is the map for solo different? I never played it solo. So the map, yeah, it's not a custom setup. It's smaller for solo play. And 2-player play, I think, is the same thing. Troy says movement guy taking 4Q would have gotten you the 4 charge tile that you wanted and level 1 science. I don't know. I don't know how I was getting 4 Q.I.C.s in turn 1, but that's fine. I'm good with that. You can write a thesis later, sir. Zach, tough game. Alfred says solo and 2-player only uses 7 sectors, and the board is a little cockeyed for solo rule reasons for sure. You may want to update the final scoring for Hasha loss. Troy, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. How? Based on what? Oh no, I do that all at the end, man. I'm not. For these tracks, yeah, dude, I'm good with that. I appreciate it, but that's something I'm not really paying attention to right now. I'll start worrying about that in later rounds. But alrighty, I'm going to get this set up for next round. I did flip this over already. Again, I flipped it over just to kind of, I was not building a federation this turn anyway. So I think I could realistically, get a planetary institute on the board next turn. That's gonna be 5 points for me. The 4 credit could be good. I'll get 1 more jump up there. That will give me another Q.I.C next turn, which would be great. So I still have actions. Probably want to go over here, get a Q.I.C out of that. I could cycle 4 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not gonna be great. my knowledge. I'm going to 5 knowledge next turn. I have 1. That'll give me up to 6. This could give me 7. Oh, this could give me 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's probably best. Yeah, I dig that a lot. So I'm gonna take this tactile here, bring this back here. See, 3 points per research lab I have on the board. And it might only be 1, but that extra knowledge is gonna be helpful. So I'm going to put this here as a reminder to score that at the end of the round. Hashalos is up first. Hashalos. All right, Atoma action. They're doing an upgrade action now. Mine to a trading station. I can spend a point to cycle 2. So we have 5 in there, 2 points for them. My turn, I'm going to... Oh, I need to do my income. Haha, these come back in the Gaia phase. So income phase is before that. So 1, 2, 3, not 3 ore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 knowledge. It gets me up to 8. And 1 credit. And that's it. All right, so Atoma went, my turn. These should clear off. I'm going to do this just to kind of take stock of where I'm at. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I could cycle that over, get some more ore. Yeah, I need to get the 6 ore to get a academy out, which is definitely something I would like to do. Atoma's turn. Atoma's going up in their highest track. Again, they're crushing the economic track. So basically, economic track is probably a little silly for me. 1 point for the Atoma. Although if I take this and at least get up there, I mean, that is 6 credit a round. That's not awful. Plus the cycle 1. I'm going to take one of these suckers out of my cycle, move one over, cycle these 4, put this here, get 2 ore. Atoma's turn. They're going an upgrade action, upgrading. They have no mines on the board, so they're upgrading a trading station to a research lab. They're going to closest to me. This is this one for sure. I'm going to spend a point to cycle 2. They get a point. I'm going backwards. I'm going to now spend... That's interesting. Take the tactile, get the Q.I.C.s. Yeah, that makes some sense to me. I'm going to spend... I could just get the ore that way. Kind of take stock of where I have Q.I.C.s in a second. I'm going to spend the 4 knowledge from here to go up here. Gives me 2 ore. Terraforming track is definitely next on my list. Trading station, mine, credit, knowledge. If I get 2 of these out, it's pretty strong. Wonder, like, yeah, how quickly I get my academies out, and which one do I want first? I mean, if I'm just leaning into this knowledge strategy, like I want to, I think I get this one out, and I'll worry about the credits another time. So that moved up. That's good. Atoma's turn. They're placing a mine. They're placing a mine range 2. So again, they're building a lot more than is ideal. And this one's going to be far away from me because this is the only one that's 1 terraforming step for them. Oh, that's also a terraforming step for them. So they actually have access to this blue now. So blue range 2, green range 2, they're both 1 terraforming step. They are both 3 away from one of my planets. So directional selection says they go to the one from the top. That is another planet type for them. So they have this one And this one, I also have a yellow planet and a Gaia planet. Might matter if I ever get this tech tile. And they're going to get 1 point out of that. Now, I can't cycle off of that because I'm not in the neighborhood. Yeah. All right, we're going to take 6 and 6, so 6 credit, 6 ore. I'm building this sucker. I'm going to build this here. That's 5 points. So I go from -4 up to +1. And I'm going to take a tech tile. I will take I get all the income tiles. We'll get this later. I'm going to grab this income tile. I can move up on anything I want. I will move up on here. That lets me cycle 3, 1, 2, and 3. All right, Atoma's turn. It goes here and here. Atoma's moving up on a random research area. 1, 2, 3, 4. They go up there, 0 points. My turn. I'm going to spend 4 knowledge to move up here. It means I'm going to get 8. No. I'm already getting 8 knowledge around, which is pretty strong. I'm going to move up here, get this Gaia former. So that's, I could turn that into a bunch of Q.I.C.s. I'm getting 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm getting 8 knowledge around before I even factor in round boosters, which is pretty good. I might take this tile too. I have a path to that for sure. All right, Atoma's turn. Atoma's placing a mine. They're placing a mine range 2. I think it's going to be this Gaia planet. That's a new planet type for them. I'm not in the neighborhood, so I cannot cycle off of that. They're getting 3 points, 36 to 39. My turn, I'm going to put all 3 of these into here. And that's going to give me 3 Q.I.C.s. I'm going to spend 4 Q.I.C.s to take this. I'll take this tech tile. That moves me up on here. So I have all the income tech tiles with 3 full rounds to take advantage of them. I do like that. And I'll be cycling 2 naturally. I dig. Yeah, that was worth it just for the 6 credit of the round. Like, I'm gonna be a little credit poor. Stuff's definitely expensive. As far as ore, I mean, I'm getting 4 ore, 6 credit. No, I'll be getting 7 credit every round, just as it is. So just with my current board state plus the 8 knowledge. I think if I get up here and then I start blitzing the terraforming track, that would give me some flexibility. Obviously, getting to the top of this isn't going to do much for me. I just wanted those Gaia formers so I can turn those into Q.I.C.s. And then like Troy was talking about, that I could start kind of spamming this and getting some, getting some tech tiles and stuff like that could really help with my endgame engine and getting maximum points. All right, Atoma's done. Atoma's turn. They are done. Support tile says they're taking this. This goes over here. It's probably a good one for me. We're adding 1 thing to their deck. It is the first 3 rounds, so they get 0 points from this thing here. I'm going to flip this over. I don't think I have any more obvious moves. I did deplete all my resources, but again, I was able to get all the income generating tech tiles, which makes me pretty happy. And then we can try to see what end game thing makes sense, right? Like if I can get all my trading stations on the board, I get that tile, that's a 16-point jump. I mean, that could be really helpful. It's probably my biggest like point getter for sure. Now I am getting a little hurt there. I'm losing in both endgame scoring tiles. Now we'll see if we can't do that. We could also start spamming this action here and just get a lot more power back into my cycle. I've been pretty aggressive in taking power out of my cycle. Also remember, I could always spend an ore to get a power whenever I need it. So, oh, I've been this is probably what Troy was saying before. I've been forgetting to do the satellites for Hashala. So every time they built a new mine, they would have gotten a satellite. So they have 4 satellites on the board. They're starting to things don't count, and if they don't actually build the 2 things, or say they build on that black, they wouldn't get a satellite because it's already connected to a planet they already have. Da, da, da. Uh, 3 QIC for the Gaia track, and the 1 QIC tile gets you 4 QIC. It's pretty easy to do as Bal'Taks. I don't know how you're getting 3 jumps that first round. I mean, maybe I'm not seeing how you're getting 3 jumps to get. So you're taking this first too. So you have to take this thing and get 3 jumps. I'm curious how you're getting the 3 jumps guaranteed every round, but could be missing something. What is hard mode? I have no idea, dude. The hard mode is just the 9. I don't know the German word on it. I think that I'm assuming it's German. So yeah, it's just it's just 7 starting cards, and then you add 1 for the first round. So you start the first round with 8 starting cards. Madi says, isn't it a free action when you cycle energy to get ore? How come it went to Otoma again? This power Q.I.C. is not a free action, Madi. So when you do an action on the board, that is your turn. If you're doing these things, these are free actions. So if I was cycling 3 to get 1 ore, that would not have been my turn. That's a free action. But this, whenever you're using the actions on the board, those do count as your turn for sure. It is a free action to do one of the actions of the faction board. Thank you, Troy. It is not a free action to take a power action on the main board, as Troy has said. So my turn's over. I'm going to pass. I'm getting 3 points. I go from 11 to 14. This is going to go back here. I got to figure out what tile I want. I think... And again, I can't combine. I keep trying to combine this and this, and if I got this, I'm keep trying to combine it with the terra. Oh, I could get 2 terraforming steps and that. It's like, oh wait, you can't do that. That's not how that works. Stop cheating, Greg. Woof. Those are both 3 terraforming steps. That's rough. I'm not sure the navigation gives me everything I want it to give me. I think I'm better off using Q.I.C.s like to get there or something, because again, I want to be in their neighborhood more. I'm going to be every time they upgrade now. I'm going to be losing out on getting those points, which is getting those power cycles, which is unfortunate. So I think I take the extra ore. I don't think it's doing much for me. Let me grab this one. Get another academy. That's 8 points. Plus I'm cycling 4 right off the bat. I do like that. We'll see if they do an upgrade though. It's gonna jam me up a little bit. I just won't get to cycle off of them. But we'll do that. So I'm cycling. I'm already cycling 2 right off the bat. Let me take. I'll take the navigation. I mean, it could get me there. another orange planet. Makes sense. All right, great. So I'll take the navigation because now I'm cycling 4 from there. I'm cycling 1 there, and 2 here. So all 4 of these get cycled. So I'm not getting those 8 points, but we'll just get another turn. And you terraforming steps this round also are going to be 2 points, so that's going to be nice. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 knowledge, so 0 to 8. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 credit. I go from 0 to 7, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, ore, so I go from 1 to 5. All my Gaia formers come back. All right, Atoma's turn. They're going to go here and here. They're placing a mine. Mine range 2. They're looking at green planets. There are none. They're looking at orange planets. There are none. Range 2. They're looking at blue planets. There are none. Range 2 from them. So they're looking at transdim. There's a billion transdim. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Other things that are 2 terraforming steps for them are going to be the whites or the yellows. So there are no whites or yellows range 2 from them. So they're going to do one of these transdim planets. Closest to me, these 2 are range 2. These ones are not. So they're going to go from the bottom. They're going to go here. That is another satellite for them. And I can just cycle 1 for free, but I have nothing to cycle, so that didn't work out. 1 point for the Atoma. They go from 39 to 40. My turn. I'm cycling 5. This can come out, and I'm going to spend I'm going to use this over here to get a Q.I.C. I'm going to spend the Q.I.C. and the 5 I just cycled. I'm going to take this action here. That's 2 terraforming steps. I'm spending an ore and 2 credit. That's going to let me put a mine here. That is 2 terraforming steps for me. And since I did 2 terraforming steps, no matter how I got them from, so I didn't spend the ore for them, but I still did 2 terraforming steps, I do get 4 points. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that puts me in a decent situation. I remember I couldn't combine those 2 terraforming steps and the range 3. I'll probably just use that range 3 to get onto this orange planet. It's just kind of a low-hanging fruit. So I probably want to do that. Atoma's doing an upgrade. So we're upgrading a mine to a trading station. So they did just put this new mine out, which is in my neighborhood, which is helpful. So they're going to do that. They're going to put this here. I'm going to be able to cycle 1 for free. They just built a trading station, so that's going to be 1 point from this card, plus 3 points for building a trading station, so 4 points. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think I've missed out on giving them the 4 points every time. They've done that 5 times so far. So there's a chance I missed one of those ongoing abilities. Someone could just let me know if I missed it in a past turn. My turn. I'm going to spend the 4 cycle thing here. Get this up here. That's my turn. Atoma's turn. Atoma's doing an upgrade action. They're doing a mine to a trading station. One closest to me. They're both 3 away from the top. That's their last trading station on the board. So it's going to be another 4 points, 1 from the card, and then 3 more from the ongoing ability. My turn. Still getting 8. I might want to run up that AI track. At some point, I'm thinking, do I really want to get up there? Does it make sense? Obviously, economic track is a non-starter. Although I'm intrigued. I mean, getting up there, it's a lot more income, but I have all these income tactiles. I'll just have to make use of them. This is a tactile that I do have some interest in. I probably want to get another trading station on the board. I mean, trading station research lab isn't crazy. I have no trading stations. Trading station research lab. What do I think about that? Research lab gives me a tech tile, which would be good. I take that tech tile, I can potentially take another tech tile. I mean, this is where I'm getting the bulk of my points this round, which again, one of the reasons I wanted to do research early. Again, I'm not sure it's going to work, but I'm going to spend the 4. How many different planet types do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not terrible. That's 5. At some point, I think I need to cycle 3 just to get more power. My phone is a buzzing. I would like to get my other academy on the board, I think. I don't know if I can do it this round, but it's a strong thing for me. So I'm going to spend 4 knowledge to move up here. Atoma's turn. Atoma's placing on mine. Wow, they're getting all the place on mine actions, which again is not great for me for endgame scoring. So they're going to do, again, the endgame. There is that little symbol up here. Neither of these mattered. They wouldn't affect mine placement. So again, whatever step that is of where you place a mine, that's totally irrelevant. So they're placing a mine range 2. They're looking at again, greens, oranges, and blues. There are none within range 2. They're looking at transdim. There's still a ton. 1, 2, and 3. Those are all 2 terraforming steps. And this white is also 2 terraforming steps. So when they place that there, oh, this should have become a Gaia planet. Sorry about that. And when they place that there, that does put them right in my neighborhood. And actually, I love that. So, bam, they get another mine, unfortunately. This mine comes there, and they get 3 points. 1, 2, and 3. Now notice they cannot upgrade to a trading station. Their next step has to be from going to a lab to an academy, because they're out. All their 4 of their trading stations are on the board. So that's a thing. My turn. I'm going to spend this 4 knowledge to move up here. That's going to let me cycle 3. I could do it that way. I have an idea. See if it works. I kind of want to get that out. Atoma's turn. Atoma's doing a faction action. So they're doing an upgrade. They have to upgrade this research lab to an academy. That goes there. I could spend 2 to cycle 3. Since I only have 2 there, I only have to spend 1 to cycle 2. So I will go ahead and do that. And they're going to get 1 point from their card. So they're at 51 to 52. These can come off. I'm going to spend 2 and 3. They haven't been doing power Q.I.C. actions. I'm going to spend 4. Make sure I grab this to get the 7 credit. So I go from 5 to 12. I already gave them the point for that. So that's fine. Atoma's turn. They're moving up on a thing. Since they're already at level 4 here, they just take this advanced tech tile away. They never gain them. They just put them away. And no points for that. My turn. I'm going to spend 2 and 3. I'm going to put a trading station on the board here. That doesn't do anything for me as far as points in the immediate. The Atoma's turn. They're moving up their highest track. They are officially at the top of the economic track. 1 point. But they haven't moved up any other tracks, so again, they're not going to get many points from research tracks at the end of this. My turn. I'm going to turn this into a Q.I.C. So I move the Gaia form over for Q.I.C. I'm going to spend the Q.I.C. and make it an ore. I'm going to spend 3 ore and 5 credit to place. Oh, what am I doing? Nope. 3 ore and 5 credit. I was brain farting. That's fine. I was going to put my academy on the board, but I realized I got distracted. I didn't even do that. I didn't even need to do that trading station. I'm going back, Lester. I'm sorry. I forgot. I already had this on the board. I want to get this out. I've said that multiple times. So it was 1 and 3. I took the 7. Yeah, I don't know why. I wanted to take this the previous turn. That got me up to 4 to 6. I didn't take the 7 of that. And then I could cycle this 1 to get 6 and 6. And then last turn, what I did, instead of building a trading station, so this is out, this is back. Instead of building a trading station, I was going to build an academy. So again, how I did that, I cycled the 4. Instead of taking the credit, I took the ore, and then I had 1 more power. I could cycle that to get the credit, and then I'm spending this. I went from 4 to 6 ore. I went from 5 to 6 credit. I'm spending the 6 and the 6 to get this out, which was my plan. And then that comes out here. And now I have my other academy on the board, which is definitely much more what I wanted to do. When I build the academy, I can take this. That's going to give me an ore back and a Q.I.C. And I spent another Q.I.C. as an ore. That was silly. So I'm taking that back. So at ore, Q.I.C., I still have 2 of these Gaia formers left. Right, because I spent 1 early. I think I spent 1 early to get range. Yeah, I did that to get range to there. So I still have 2 left. And I can move up any track I want. I will move up on the knowledge track to make sure I still have 8 knowledge to spend next turn, which is good. All right. Now my next turn, I'll go ahead and do this. We'll get 4 credit. Atoma's turn. Atoma's doing an upgrade action. They're going to upgrade a mine to a trading station. They have no trading stations. They're going to upgrade a trading station to a research lab. Closest to me is going to be this one. I can spend 2 points to cycle 3. They get 2 points. They're up to 55. My turn. I'm going to use this ability. Spend a ore and 2 credit. Place a mine out here. Okay, that's not a terraforming stuff, so I don't get any bonuses from that. But it just gives me another mine out, gives me another ore production. I do like that. This can come up here. Sorry, that went off the board. Atoma's turn. Atoma is doing an upgrade action. Nope. Atoma ends round. Yeah, that was the first possible end of round. This is the second possible end of round. I forgot to put my little stone there. So that ends their round. They get this. This goes here. We're going to add another card to their deck. They're going to get 6 points from there, so they go from 55 to 61. And we will shuffle them up. They have 1 card left underneath their faction card. Whew. Okay, cool. That is automatic. Can take 2 steps on Terra this round and use the range booster for sure. Status report: lost 119 to 101. Atlantis ended up with 9 attack cards. That was someone say bad luck with card draws. Could not do anything against them. Also got lucky with the glory cards. I grabbed 5 of them. One of them was a completely useless resource generating one for 3 points. One other I cannot history, so it gave me 2 points. Literally any other 2 cards would have given me plus 10 points, not to mention that being more useful. I think this is def winnable, just not with trash luck for sure. I would just move up and Terra, spam as many mines as possible. Yeah, I really wanted to get the 8 knowledge lined up, so I see that. I think I'm in an interesting spot. I mean, I don't know if I'll, I'm not worried about, one of the things I've learned of this game. I already did give him these points here. Like, I'm not worried about the score gap now. The question is, can I combo as many things as I want? We're still in a good place to get a bunch of tech tiles. I'm going to obviously need to start getting federations out. They only have 6 mines, and I do need to get a lot of mines out, obviously, because we are, that endgame scoring is going to matter for sure. So we'll see if I can't get to 11 structures on the board. This should be here. Again, I'll update that after this next round. The other good thing is I get 2 points every time we move up a research area this turn, so that could prove fairly helpful. I mean, this is good, this is good. Getting myself set up to grab that for 16 points would be pretty solid. I mean, I don't really even need to get research labs on the board anymore. I don't think they're going to do much for me. I mean, they're just kind of there. I mean, I got to my academy, so if I just get all my research labs out, all my trading stations out, that's 16 points and 9 knowledge. It's a really strong move in the last round for sure. So I dig. We'll see. I feel mildly hopeful, which is probably silly because, maybe just the Christmas, too much Christmas eggnog for solo playthroughs here. All right. I'm gonna move these 2 over, get 2 Q.I.C.s. I dig that. And I'm going to get to the top of that. That's 12 points. I mean, how many Federation things are actually realistic, right? I mean, now I'm also going to be blitzing up the AI track because I have nothing else I can really do. I will get 4 knowledge when I take that. Maybe more. I mean, I could think about just snagging that red so I can get 5 knowledge from that. But again, what's 5 knowledge going to do? These Q.I.C.s are helpful. That will give me another tech tile, which can be really strong. Yeah, it's not totally hopeless. All right, this is all coming off. So sorry about the confusion. I don't know what I just totally brain farted. I knew I wanted to get that out, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to build a trading station and a research lab. Doing this live adds layers of complication. And it sounds like an excuse, but it's absolutely true. So it is what it is. This is done. I'm gonna put this here, and that will be a nice 8 points for me at the end of this round. All right, so I get to cycle 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna get 8 knowledge. I really like that 8 knowledge and come around. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ore, and we're getting 1, 2. We're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 credits. So I go from 2 up to 9. No trading stations. Yeah, we're totes good. I do wish one of those round boosters was like 4 points for a trading station. That would be a really nice point combo. So I think those aren't the greatest things for me by any means. I could just start jump up the AI. I mean, take that, get the 4 extra knowledge. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, that could be my first. That could be my first Federation here. Definitely want to get some Federation tokens. That's 12 points. Yeah, we'll see. Atoma's first. Bam. Bam. So they're not moving up on their highest track. They are doing an upgrade. They're upgrading a mine. They do have a trading station back. So mine to a trading station closest to me is going to be this one. That's going to be allow me to cycle 1 for free. So they're all in there. And they're getting 4 points. 1 from the card plus 3 from the ongoing faction ability. Dunskies. Super Dunskies. I need satellites. I need ore. Oh, these all come back. Think that makes sense. And I want to make sure I don't lose this ability to cycle. Great. I'll spend 3 to take. Do I just want the power? I think I just take the power. Or I take the terraforming step. I'll probably get the power back. They're not going after the Q.I.C. actions, which is just kind of giving me a little hope here. So I'm going to spend that 1 knowledge, 2 credit, or 1 ore, 2 credit. I'm placing this mine here. That gives me another planet type because I'll eventually get that. And who knows? Every knowledge matters. So that was my first action. Atoma's second action. They're doing a faction action. They're doing an upgrade. They're going to upgrade a mine to a trading station. They can't. They're doing a trading station to a research lab to an academy. This comes out. I can spend 2 points to cycle 3. I don't think that makes sense because I'm going to build a federation fairly soon. But sure, 2 points, cycle 3, and they're going to get 1 point from their faction action. I'm going to grab 4 credit. It's like kind of let the Atoma develop their strategy a little bit. Boom, they're moving up on a random thing. They're skipping over that track because they're already at the top. This goes there, 0 points. My turn, I will spend 2 ore and 3 credit. We're going to put this trading station here. That's done. I have not moved up on any research area yet, so making sure I didn't miss out on those points. Atoma's turn. They're doing an upgrade. They're doing a mine to a trading station. They have no more trading stations. Trading station to a research lab. Closest to me is this. I can spend a point to cycle 2. And they're getting 2 points. Again, they only get the extra 3 when they're upgrading to a trading station. My turn, I'm going to cycle these 4 out. Put this here. Get 2 ore. Atoma's turn. Atoma's doing a power Q.I.C. action. Yeah, I think that makes sense. They're going to go 1 from the right. So that's their first power Q.I.C. action of the day. So I do need to be careful. They're getting 3 points out of that. So 1, 2, 3, up to 71. My turn. I'm building. Well, I'm going to put this over here to get a Q.I.C. I'm going to spend these 4 Q.I.C. to take a tech tile using this. I'll take this tech tile. That's going to move me up here, which gives me 2 more ore. Atoma's turn. Bam, they're placing a mine. Again, endgame scoring doesn't matter in this game, so we can ignore that. They're placing a mine range 2 closest to me. So terraforming, that's 2 terraforming steps. Are they within range 2 of a blue yet? Nope. Orange yet? Nope. Or green yet? Nope. So they're going to take this terraforming step because it's the closest to me. That does give them 1 more mine. We're going to put that into a Gaia planet, which I forgot to do last time. And they're going to put this here. I can cycle 1 for free. Bam, and 3 points. 1, 2, and 3. Going to do want to get 3 back in here. Oh, when I moved up on the research area, I got 2 points for that. And now I think I blitzed the AI track. Spending 4 knowledge to go up here. Gives me a Q.I.C. 2 points for that. Thomas' turn. Faction action. They're going to make a mine into a trading station closest to me. They're both this one. This is a research lab already. So they're going to do that one. That becomes their trading station, which I got back. That's 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can cycle 1 for free. Bam. And that's done. I'm going to spend 4 knowledge. Gets up there. That's a Q.I.C. The Toma's turn. Power Q.I.C. action. They have another one. That's nutty. So 2 from the right. So they took that over. 1 point. Different planet types are helpful there for that too, because I mean that's an easy 8 points a round for me now, which isn't awful. I will cycle 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Atoma's turn. That is the end of the round for them. They're taking this booster. This goes back. They're going to get their last card into their deck. And that endgame scoring, they're getting 4 points. So they're at 83. Did the endgame scoring for them. Yet I think I got all their faction points, but there's a chance I did not. So I have a lot of actions, which is good. The question is, can I blitz 100 points in the rest of this round plus next round? And like, it's not insane. All right, this is done. So they're set for the rest of the round. I'm going to take 1 power out of my cycle this, move this over to get 2 power. So I just netted 2 power. It's not amazing, but I netted 1 power. So I spent 1 to get 2. It was totally worth it. I'm going to spend these 2 before I forget to do this. That's going to be 8 points for me, so 16 up to 24. Again, it's 3 points plus 1 per planet type I'm on. I'm on 5 different planet types, so that totally works. I'm going to form a federation. I'm going to spend these 3 power to form 3 satellites. So 1, 2, and 3. So not down by that much. I do need to get more mines out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They only have 9 structures. Can I get there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7. With that satellite, I will take I think I want to get a bunch of trading stations out. Like I figured out exactly how many mines I need next turn. I really need to do something about that guy. I'll take the... Two trading stations. I'll take the ore with the 7 points. So 7 points, 24 up to 31 with the 2 ore. I didn't take that ore yet, right? Nice. I with the 4 there, 6 there, 8 there. Great. I'm gonna get 2 trading stations out. I think that'll be a good sweet spot for me. So I'm gonna spend 2 ore, 3 credit. Trading station here. 2 ore, 3 credit. Trading station here. It's gonna be a lot of credit income. I would like to get another mine out. I do want to be able to turn this into a federation. I think that's somewhat important. So I could turn this into a Q.I.C. That will extend my range from 1 to 3. And then with the 3 range, it doesn't matter really which one I get to there. I'm going to spend, I'll do the brown first. They're both 2 terraforming steps for me. So I'm going to spend the Q.I.C. to extend my range, 1 ore for the mine, 2 more ore for terraforming steps, and then 2 credit. I'm going to put this mine here. That gives me another planet type. No, it doesn't. I was already on brown. I don't necessarily want to do blue first. Although, terraforming step-wise, they're pretty much never building on the brown. If I did the blue first, again, I had all these turns in the world to like min-max this. So if I did the blue first, that would have given me another planet step, which would have given me another point when I did this. Again, there was no reason to do that in the order I did. So I'm going to take that extra point because when I did this, it would have given me 6 planet types instead of just the 5. All right, now I could build a mine there, trading station. That's going to be uh, a federation, and then we'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, I can do something crazy with mines out here to make sure I put a ton of satellites out. So I think that could work very well. I'm going to put this over here to get a Q.I.C. And that's the end of my round. At the end of the round, I get 8 points. I go from 32 up to 40. And I make an earthquake. Earthquake! It's more of a space quake. Not exactly an earthquake, kids. So that's fine. I think that all made sense. So I pass that. I'm going to take... I think I take the range again. Because I do want to get to that to build some distance, so I have to put out a ton of satellites. And I want to keep as many Q.I.C.s as I can. They can be helpful for obvious reasons. So we'll do that. We're going to take all these off. Last round. Down by 50. Don't hate it. Don't love it. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely don't hate it. Remember, I could also start turning ore into power when I need to. So income, we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 ore. So it gets me 1 to 5. We're going to get 11 plus 5 plus 2. So that's 11 plus 7 is 18 credits. So 15 and 3. We're going to get 8 knowledge. And that's that. We cycle 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, Atoma's turn. Last round. They are doing an upgrade action. They have no trading stations. They're upgrading in their supplies. They're doing a trading station to the good thing is they got rid of this mine thing again because we're trying to. I will take stock of this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're at 9. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Satellites, they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 3. So we've done that. This can flip over. We know they're getting 6 points for this. Remember, they get points for mines, which perhaps I should have just done that this turn. Yeah, pretend I didn't build that mine last turn because it didn't give me any extra income. I would have just done it this round. The math for these resources would be the same. My very first turn, I'm going to build that mine. So, yeah, sorry about that. I forgot the mine. Oh, then I would have 1 less point because that blue mine would not have taken. So it makes more sense to do it this way. So I lost a point. I'm going to get the 2 points this way. It's just smarter. So this is coming on the board. Range 1 for me. It's going to go there. I can spend a point to cycle 2. Actually, I can cycle this one for free. 3 points for the Atoma. 1, 2, 3. My first turn, I'm putting this mine on the board. Again, I spent all the resources last turn. It is what it is, and I'm going to get 2 points because of the round booster. That was a smarter play. Atoma's doing a faction action. They're doing an upgrade to a trading station. Oh, nope. They would have upgraded this to an academy. Nope, they're already out of academies. Yep. They're going to upgrade this trading station. This is their last mine on the board. I cannot power off of that. They're going to get 4 points from that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's done. They have nothing but mines. They really only have one more thing they can upgrade to. Well, 2 more upgrades. And then they have this other thing. When they can't upgrade, they start... yeah, they can't upgrade, they start colonizing. So that's their thing. They get to max upgrades and call it a day. I'm going to... I don't need to spend a Q.I.C. because that's just adjacent, which is great. I'm going to spend 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2, 1, 2. I spent the 3 because it's 2 terraforming steps. I'm going to get a mine here. That's 2 points. It gives me up to 9 structures, so we're tied. And that'll be a nice little federation. Again, it's just a lot of points. Federation Stoker is also going to allow me to get to the top of this and the top of this, for sure. And probably the top of this as well. Maybe the top of this. Oh, these all should come back. Do want to grab that when I can. So especially knowing that the Atoma has 2 of the power Q.I.C. actions. Atoma is placing a mine, so this is going to give them 10 structures. They're placing a mine range 2. This blue is 1 terraforming step away from them, so I think that's a go. It's also within 2 of me, so I can spend a point to cycle 2. I have nothing to cycle. Sending points right now is probably silly because I'm busy forming federations. They get 3 points, 1, 2, and 3. They don't get another satellite on the board, however, because it's already adjacent to a planet they already have a structure on. I'm going to spend the 2. I am racing to get that tech tile first. Because part of me is like spending these 3 to get those 2, but like I think I really need to make sure I get those 16 points. It's a huge swing. I don't have many opportunities to get a lot of points this game. So I'm going to spend the 2 ore and 3 credits. So I go from 16 down to 13. We're putting this here. And now I could form... Now I could take that tech tile next turn. Ooh. Which gives me a jump anywhere. I'll probably use that to jump there. I have a million jumps. Remember, I take that 9, I can't take the full amount. So if I jump there, I just do that now. I'm not in that many sectors, so that point tile doesn't make much sense for me. Yeah, I think this is fine. Atoma's turn. Moving up on a track, moving up on this track. Again, random number jitter is a 1 coming from the right. My turn. I'm going to turn these 4 Q.I.C.s, 4 Gaia formers into Q.I.C.s, spend a 4 Q.I.C.s to take this, gets me this tech tile. It's going to be, I can put this here. It's going to be 16 points, so that's 43 up to 16 is a lot of math. 43 to 59. And now I could do a jump anywhere. I do have to flip this over. I don't have another federation, so I actually can't flip anything I was talking. I can't actually go into there or there. I don't have those federation tiles yet, but I will get them, and I will have plenty of jumps. So I'll just jump here, which gives me 2 more Q.I.C.s. I probably want to just start smashing these things while I can. I'm a little light on ore, but I'm going to get tons of Q.I.C.s to make up for that. Oh, I can get another Federation token too. Yeah, even better. Cycle this out, get those 2 power. I dig. Atoma's moving up on its highest track, so they're up here now, 1 point, up to 94. My turn, I'm going to cycle these out, get the 2 more power in my cycle. Atoma's turn. They're doing a power Q.I.C. action, 3 coming from the left, so they're covering up the ore. It's fine. 1 point, they're up to 95. My turn. I'm taking a power out of my cycle and forming a federation. We're going to put this sucker here. Remember, this is worth 4 because I grabbed the that tile that made it worth 4. Federation token I'm going to grab is this one, so 7 points and 2 ore. That gets me from 59 up to 66. Atoma's turn. They're doing an upgrade action. They're upgrading a mine to, nope, no more trading stations. Trading station up to a research lab. Closest to me, they're both 2 away from me. Directional selection says this one. I can spend a point to cycle 2. Seems silly. I will not. 1 point for them. We will. Oh, I could cycle 4 that way. That also seems unnecessary. I still have that. Yeah, whatever. It's 1 point. 1 point, cycle 2. I'll cycle 4. And maybe we can get 1 more booster out of that. This goes here. This goes here. They're doing an upgrade, doing a mine to a trading station. This is their last time they get to a trading station. This is their last mine on the board. I can spend a point to cycle 2. And 2 points for them, plus 3, so 96 to 101. Welcome to Hashalas. I'm going to cycle these 8 plus 9 plus 2 plus 5. Ooh, plus 6. I don't think I need that much credit. I'll cycle these 4 to get 2 more knowledge. Which could pay off later. Atoma's turn. They're placing a mine. Of course they are. Placing a mine, range 2. That's going to get them up to 11 structures, so they're tied with the dummy player. 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 9 structures. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is going to be their 11th. Oh, range 4. Interesting. So it's a range 4 card. There's not many of those. So looking for this thing. That's 1 terraforming step, range 4. They can't get to that. This is 1 terraforming step, range 4. That would be awful. And blues are 1 terraforming step. That's range 4. That's closest to me. So I think that's going to be the winner. Yep, they're placing a mine here. That does give them another satellite. That's their 8th satellite, so they're tied with the dummy player on both. So I need to make sure 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should be able to make that work. 3 points for the Atoma. They go to 104. Just kind of want them to play their turns out. I'm gonna get tons of. I'll cycle 4 knowledge to go up here. Gives me 2 more Q.I.C.s. Atoma's turn. Bal'Taks will end of the round. It is. They grab this. They're going to get 6 points from there. And they go from 104 to 110. All right. So they're done. Let me just do everything I want to do. I'm going to spend that to get 4 credit. I go from 13 to 17. I'm going to need to build another federation. I'm only getting 3 federations, so I need to choose this carefully. I think it's going to be ding, ding, ding. Oh no, I already used the 1 to take that tactile. So I'm only getting to the top of 2 of these. I don't think there's any way of getting another federation. Yeah, that not being a federation thing is because there's 12 points, but I'd much rather like 6 points a resource or 7 points on a resource and the ability to jump again. The math isn't great on that. So I'm not getting those 4 Q.I.C.s, I don't think. It could, I mean, getting up to there is 8 points. I mean, that's not awful. Oh, I never took that tactile. Oh, that's super interesting. You might not need it. What am I on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different planet types. All right, I'm going to spend this Q.I.C. to extend my range. My range is now a 6 between that and then a Q.I.C. and then my starting with a 1. I'm spending 1 or 2 credit replacing a mine out there. Again, I didn't have to spend any more for terraforming steps. That's 2 points because I placed a mine. I'm going to spend that's nutty. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets me up to 9. Oh, that makes me win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's perfect. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have, yeah. So I actually win on satellites, which is good. I'm going to need more ore to make that happen. Those 4 Q.I.C.s. I would like to do both of those. I don't think that's happening. Short on power. To run the math on this. All right, I'm going to, how many structures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm 2 behind them. I think I have to win. That's a big swing. It's 15 to 15 for them, 6 for me. Even if I get 1 more, I mean, if I get 18 and they get 9, that's a 9 point. That's a really big swing. I mean, at this point, it's again 15 for them because they're tied with the dummy player, right? I have 6, so that's plus 9 for them. If I get 2 more, they're only gonna get 9. I get 18. That's plus 9 for me, so that's an 18-point swing. If I get 2, if I just get 1, it's 15 to 6, 9 points, or we both get, all 3 of us get 12. So that's a 9-point swing. I think the 18-point swing is worth chasing that a wee bit. The question is how the heck I'm spending these Q.I.C.s. Because if I need to spend one to extend range, and then I'm short on ore. Big time short on ore. So I might jump here just to get the ore. Because, like, again, all Q.I.C.s become ore if I'm not using them for anything else. I think that's the smarter play. That 12 points is attractive, but I might not even get that 9 knowledge. I don't even know what the heck I'm jumping up, which is crazy. So I'm going to flip this, spend 4 knowledge to jump up. Ooh. So I'm just like never taking that tile, which is crazy. Crazy. I think that's so many more points. Oh, that's weird. What a weird game. What a weird game. All right, I'm going to take 2 of these Q.I.C. Oh, this is so min-maxy. 3, 4. Q.I.C. credit. Oh, that's the play, I think. Points in a Q.I.C. All right, I'm going to move this ore out to get another power on my cycle. I'm spending this 5 power to get 5 satellites. I'm putting these 5 satellites on the board. 1, 2, 3. Remember, you have to be as efficient as possible. 4, 5. That's only 6 power so far, Greg. That's why you want to do that yet. Take that back. So I had 4 and 1. That's why I was held up. I'm going to spend this Q.I.C. to get an ore. I'm spending. Yeah, that's the play. I think that's the play. Oh, that's good. All right. I'm spending all 3 of these things to make them into ore. No. I'm spending 1 Q.I.C. to make an ore, 1 Q.I.C. to make another ore, and then 1 Q.I.C. to extend my range. And I'm spending 3 ore, 2 for terraforming steps, and 2 credit to put a mine here. And it's only 2 terraforming steps. That's 2 points I placed a mine on the board. I'm. I need another. I'm not getting that tile, which is still bananas to me. But that's. The jumps actually aren't helping me, which is crazy. So I'm going to spend this 4 knowledge. Because again, if I got that tactile, that's 6 knowledge. I just don't need it. So I'm spending 4 knowledge. I'm flipping this sucker over to go up into here. That gives me 4 Q.I.C. I'm spending 1 of these Q.I.C. to turn it into an ore. I'm turning that ore into a power. I'm spending this 5 power to do 5 satellites. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power. That gives me a federation. With that federation, I'm going to take this 8 points in a Q.I.C. So I go from 68 to 76. That also gives me another structure here and I am now winning in satellites. 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so I need one more structure. I'm going to... I have no more power on my cycle, which is amazing. I'm going to rescore a tech tile. I think that makes the most sense. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to rescore one of the ore ones. So that's 7 more points, so 76 to 83 plus 2 ore. And then I'm going to spend 1 ore for a mine, another ore for a terraforming step, and then 2 credit to place a mine here. I don't need any Q.I.C.s because it's adjacent. That's 2 points that I placed a mine, and that gets me up to here. And I think that's the best I'm gonna do. So I never got, I assumed I was going to get that knowledge, right? Which I think would have, because I covered this up, but what else was I really going to cover up? Like I had the 4 ore, so I basically spent 2 points to upgrade, and I cycled that to get 2 more knowledge. I assumed I was going to grab that, and I was like, oh, that could be helpful, especially if I grab that. But the reality is I just don't have any more jumps to use anywhere. But endgame scoring should be tight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to overcome 25 points of tight, but I have, I get 4 points from extra resources, and I'm going to crush them and scoring up there. So that's going to be the end of the game. This is done. I have no endgame scoring booster here, so that's out. And now we go to endgame scoring. All right, so endgame scoring, I'm going to get these 13 resources, turns into 4 points for me, so that gets me up to 89. I'm going to get 36 points for the scoring booster, so the 89 plus 36 is 125. And then I'm getting 4, 8, 12 plus 12. I'm sorry, that's 8, 16, 24 plus 12, 36 points. I figure I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jumps. 9 times 4 is 36. So 25 plus 36 gets me to 161. All right. Atoma is going to score. They tied with the dummy player on both of those accounts. So they're going to, oh, this should have moved up. I moved up the wrong thing. They're only going to get 18 points from those. So that gets them to the 128. And they're going to get 12 plus 1. They're getting 20 more points. They're getting 4 jumps times 4. So they're getting 16 more points from there. So they got a low scoring game for them. So 144. And we pulled it out with a crazy a crazy knowledge strategy, which I'm not sure was the right strategy. I never even got to the top of that, which is bananas. But I had, I was just able to kind of piece together a lot, being able to edge on the end game scoring on both of them. I mean, even if I missed a couple of their scoring opportunities, I mean, that's still a pretty substantial cushion. So I feel pretty confident that's how that played out. I mean, I definitely am not sure. I mean, I think Troy could definitely be something. Troy could be definitely on to something with the other strategies he's recommending, but like I kind of liked what I saw. You don't need one of the satellites. I do, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. I needed the satellite to connect that building. I needed all the satellites. I need every single one of the satellites. So I need this to connect the yellow. I need this to connect the orange. I am super confused. All right, let's go up here. I wish Just Move Up Terraform spans many months, but I lose track playing all by myself. I can't imagine trying to stream it. The Terra Step is pointless. You can't already spend only 1 ore per Terra Step. Yeah, but I got the 2 ore there. Spending 3 power in the Terra Step is the same as converting 3 power into 1 ore. I don't know what you're talking about. 4 thing gives you 2 points. Missed 2 points for spending 4K up AI. Cool. I'll take 2 more points, I guess. You can top up 2 tracks that you will only get 3 green feds. If you take the advanced tech on science, I started playing the solo and I have a question about the 3 QIC action. A rulebook says the scores of Federation that I have, so I had the 12 Federation out of 3 QIC. I get 12 points. Yes, that's correct, Dana. Looking over here now, so I will get back on the thing. Yes, complete restores a Federation tile, says Brian. Thank you. Then if I play the race, that can buy a QIC for 4 money. That can turn 4 money, 12 money into 12 points. Oh yeah, yes. House lots can convert 12 credits into 3. Yes, you can spend 12 credits to get 2 QIC, then take the action to rescore the 12 Federation token, says Brian. Thank you. Troy clarifying something he said earlier, saying QIC, spend 4 power on 2K that is doing nothing for you. I think you can use 3 QIC, your ore fed, build on yellow, convert ore to token federation 5 tokens. Don't need one of those stats, can't do that. The space directly right of the mine at Brow Planet is not needed. It is. Oh, that. Now I got it. Huh. Right. Interesting. That does change things. Right. I don't need it to do that. So if I just tied them in mines. Sorry, dude, I'm like a little dense. If I tried them on mines, then we would all have gotten 12, so 6 more for them, 6 less for me. So I still would have won, but that would have been a lot closer. Yeah, thanks, dude. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, in my head, I was like, those are 5 mines. Right. So what I probably would have wanted to think about doing. Oh, what I could have done is I could have built on yellow instead of brown, which would have been smarter. I had the ore, obviously, and then it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then built on brown later. Because that I would have needed to do that. And again, this was a cheaper planet for me, so that would have been the way to get there without cheating. So that makes a lot more sense. But yeah, thanks for Troy pointing out. So basically, you have to be as efficient as possible with mines. And since I was already connecting the brown to the orange with those mines, I didn't need that mine. Now, if I built on a yellow, which is the same cost for me, that's still the Federation I needed, and then I could have built that extra mine to get on top of the Atoma on both scoring tracks. So cool. Yeah, thank you. All in all, I was on top of a track. It was not worth it. I disagree pretty heavily because I mean, yeah, we can only look at topping 1 track, but I got to level 4 on 4 tracks plus topped another one. So that's a pretty, with everything else going on, like I'll take that with the Bal'Taks, but I understand if you have a different way to play the Bal'Taks. It's just not the way I wanted to play them today. But I might want to play them that way tomorrow. It is what it is, dude. I don't know. You did not directly red top. You have 8 stats right now. Trying the Atoma. You go down 6. Atoma up 3. Right, they would have gone up 3 instead of the 6. But yeah, it doesn't. If I had just done the yellow, it was the same. That I easily could have done. It was the same resources for sure. And so I did those things out of order. So that was that, man. It's nice to end 2022 on a win. Although I don't know, maybe the win was not as emphatic as Troy would have wanted it, I guess. But that's fine. We're good. I appreciate the feedback. And keep me on my toes. But that's it, man. We will be back next week. I'm not sure what my streaming schedule is next week. Troy says I really love to see you play by setting everything up and then choosing a faction. Yeah, that's never something I'm gonna do. But I don't know. I like the chaos, dude. I've always liked the chaos. It's just more fun for me. I don't know. Um, it just feels like I'd be just cherry picking too much. And then I think the thing with that for me, I mean, very very genuinely, is that if I do that, I don't think I stumble into different strategies. I don't like feeling like I always do the same thing with the same faction. I like trying. I've never done a knowledge strategy with the Baltaks. I felt like this was an interesting time to try it based on where things were on the board, and I wanted to try it, so I did. So in the end, I realized the extra knowledge just wasn't really going to get me much, right? I wasn't going to form enough federations. Like, what was this? And I had what I wanted to win on the end game scoring. Um, that was a pretty low scoring game for the Hashalas, but again, Otoma usually scores between 140 and 160 in my experience. I've definitely seen him go above 160 a couple of times. So they did get above the 140 threshold. For me, like my goal is still like I want. If I didn't get to 150, I feel like I did something very wrong. So Troy, that'd be fun to have a discussion with the chat about what race to play. Troy, that's what you do according to the rulebook and in multiplayer. Yeah, it's fine. Marty, nice game. I just realized I've been playing some rules wrong. Yeah, this game's a lot, man. This is one of those that took me a while to learn for sure, and it's very fiddly as you're learning. I find it not so fiddly now, but it's very very fiddly as you're learning, and just remembering the opponent is here, and then you have those. That's why I use these reminder tokens everywhere. Like, oh, did I score the Atoma every turn? Well, is the stone still on there, right? I mean, it just things to help make sure I'm screwing things up less for sure. Um, you always hit a first in the pick a race. Well, I don't, but others might. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to you. I hope everyone has a fun, safe weekend planned for sure. We have a few different stops we'll be making tomorrow that I'm definitely excited about. It's been a really nice week here in Solo Playthroughs land. So enjoyed time with Mrs. Playthroughs and family, and I miss my nieces like crazy already. 1 week with them. Well, 4 days with them is just not enough. Troy, I really like playing solo on BGA. So little to track. Yeah, I could see that. I like the tactile nature of a game a lot, but I think there are some games that you know could, especially as like I get older and stuff. I guess start seeing myself playing online more. But like now, I just like having it set up and things in my hand. I think it's the poker player in me. Like I used to shuffle chips for hours on end. So if I'm at a computer, my hands start to get antsy. But this was for real. But Baltaks are a cool faction. I think the thing that I think Troy was really helpful in pointing out too is, and the thing that I misplayed them against my wife's cousin is I did not. I mean, that three or around is so huge. There's so much flexibility that comes with it. Or three Q.I.C. around. I mean, you get up to the top of that, which I did by the end of round. I think early round three, if not end of round two. That just gives you a lot of flexibility with these Q.I.C. actions, and you can convert those into or. It gives you your range. I mean, you literally play the whole game without going up the navigation track, and it's a different kind of game, and it's nice. It also gives you freedom because a lot of factions you're like, all right, well, we're gonna have to get to level 2 of that before our game really opens up, and that takes a lot of resources. So now you're like, all right, I can spend those resources elsewhere. And for me, I chose to do again the knowledge track, the knowledge research area. As what I wanted to try today. But yeah, next week we're gonna do the first of the Horizon Spirits. I'm also very busy trying to finish up the entire campaign of Resident Evil 3. Um, I'm about done with the base game, and then I can dive into the expansion. I do want to get that on the channel next week. That might not be doable. I'm also still learning Starship Captains, and I really like that one. I'm pretty terrible at it so far, so hopefully I can learn some tricks and do a pretty good showing of that next week. It's a very cool game. I think it's going to be a very good competitive game, not so much a very good solo game for me personally, but I think there's a lot in there that people would like. And if you like the space theme and you like, I think it's a nice weight game. It's definitely not lightweight, but it's not very heavy either, and I think that it's going to have a really nice fit in my collection overall. Troy says, "Good game. Have a great New Year. You too, sir. Be safe. Be well. Be merry. I don't know, all that good stuff. But this was great. I will go ahead and not do a reboxing video today, but thanks again to Folded Space for the insert. I mean, just to even be able to play out of these things, and this really has streamlined my takedown and my setup for sure. So it's a cool little insert. Would highly recommend people checking out Folded Space if they have not already. And as others have said, I do like this insert the best out of all the ones that they sent me. I think they did a really nice job with the Gaia one for sure. So that is that. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everyone has an amazing day. And until next time, in 2023, I'll see you then, and happy gaming.
Solo.